Hello to my Aquas. Hello to my Aquarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Aquarius. Aquarius. We are at the end of the cycle. So this moon is in Taurus. And for you, the moon in Taurus is going to give you a firm resolve and inclines your intellectual powers towards practical money-making pursuits. Yes, let's get it. Aquarius, keeping your vibrations high. Listen, ask yourselves this question. Where have you compromised your self-worth and how can you reclaim it, right? Remember, Taurus rules second house. We're not talking about any Taurians that you know. Second house is all about personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, and also income, right? So think of it this way. Where have you overstayed your time in other people's universe? People, places, and things. Have you overstayed your time on a job, around people, places, and things who, for them, it was just transactional? And where can you reclaim all of that? Where can you get that back? Like, where can you get that back? Are you staying on a job that you've stayed where you just feel like you just undervalue? You keep hearing, hey, you're going to make more money, but you don't see that happening. You don't get a raise. You just keep hearing, you got your expectations from your manager maybe, but you don't see a raise coming. You've been in a relationship where somebody's promising something, you just don't see that happening. It's just not happening, right? Something's not happening. Your needs are not being met, but theirs are. That could be a friendship, family relationship, whatever. Your needs are not being met, but theirs are, right? And so as you're moving through the cups, like the emotions, right? First cup, that's Ace of Cups. Second cup, third, fourth, fifth. You're starting to see you're getting closer to the Nine of Cups, which is all of their wishes being fulfilled. But you're looking at yours and you're just pouring and pouring and pouring. So how do you reclaim that for yourselves? How do you start to pour back into you, right? And so here we are at the last day of the cycle. And so this is where I did put I did put a prayer up on for those of you all who are reclaiming yourself. So start each day with a positive attitude. That's how you start. That's why you start each day with a positive attitude. So you learn how to start each day with a positive attitude. That's how you do it. That is one way, right? All right. So you know your worth. You know your worth. All right. So let's start. Let's get an angel number out here, Aquarius. These readings are timeless. So if you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. In the description to all of my aquas. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. Like I said, so after the moon moves out of Taurus, it's going to move through Gemini. And Gemini rules third house. And that's all about early education, intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, um, communication skills, short trips, hobbies. And so Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is not retrograde right now. Only planet that's retrograde right now, I believe, is the Judgment card. And so rise above judging others and also judging yourself. If it took you that long to figure something out, that something was purely transactional. For some people, it could have been purely transactional for your manager at work. They could have felt like, hey, you're just here to do a job. I don't care about the emotional piece of it, that you're trying to make a connection, your head and heart being at war or something, of family members or whomever. It doesn't really matter. Source is saying start each day with a positive attitude. All right. Let's see. Oh, you have new opportunities coming. Look at you. 191. So new opportunities. So make positive changes. Your angels are pushing you towards a change you need to make. When you are excited about new opportunities and people coming your way, good things will arrive. So you're being encouraged to focus on the positives in a new situation. So look forward to the challenges that will inevitably come with them. So listen to a song that empowers you right now as you let yourself feel inspired and excited for what's to come. Look at you. Okay. I love it. Okay. I'm excited now. Let me see what's going on here. I'm trying to get to these cards real quick. Just hold on. Nosy. Hold on. I'm excitedly trying to find out what's the tea? What is going on? What is going on here? What is going on? All right. So do the mirror work. That's right. So treat yourselves to a spa day. So your gifts have increased. Okay. All right. So I feel like somebody is pampering themselves. I love it. Okay. You're pampering yourselves. And so during the mirror work is really a portal. So letting yourself know that you do deserve all the good that's coming, that you've been putting out into the world, that's coming back to you. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve all the good that's coming out, all the gifts that you put out. Yeah, that's why things are increasing for you. All the good that you've been putting out is coming back to you. So yeah, treat yourselves to a spa day because you got something coming. You got some new opportunities coming. So yeah, but you're gonna have to make room for it. You're gonna have to clean out space. Whenever we're closing out a cycle, that means cleaning out space, and so that means um, forgiveness. That means operating in the spirit of love. You've already made some connections, and that really is about forgiving whomever. If something was transactional for people, that's just how it is. Like your love language could be what something totally different from other people's, right? So forgive, move on. It's all energy. So this day, take your time to decide. So pray for them, whoever they are. I don't know who they are, but might be succubus spirit. Sacral chakra cleanse. It's time to release the burden. So you're throwing out the bath water. You're tossing out the water. The emotion tied to something that some people may have done. It could have been a burden. It could have been like somebody could have been carrying some emotional baggage that came along with some things that you may have poured into some energies. Um, but again, your gifts have increased. So journal your journey. Journal your journey. And so it's time for somebody to start dating again. That came out for somebody else's reading. Step through your portal. Yeah. The angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, is with you. Make a list of pros and cons. Listen to your intuition. So go inward. Okay. The new one is extra special. So someone extra special is coming across your path. All right, now. Let's get to it. Let's get to getting. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on in your cards. This inquiring minds want to know. Right. Inquiring minds want to know. Let's get this hoodoo deck going on here. Let's see what's seeing is going on. Yeah. Make sure this mic is on. My mic sounds nice. Check one. All right. All right, hold on. Alrighty. Okay, source. All right, spirit. What do you want the Aquas to know? What do you want Aquarius to know? Yes, to do the mirror work, right? Do the mirror work. What do you need to release, right? So it has to be a healthy balance of all of the elements here, along with spirit, obviously. And your heart chakra is the gateway to the upper realm, to the spiritual realm. It cannot just be in the physical realm, right? It can't just be transactional, right? In the physical, you have to know your self-worth. Definitely has to be a mixture of both in the physical and the spiritual realm. And so your head and heart can't be at war. You may have given. Maybe you stayed on the job too long where you just kept giving, thinking, okay, you've done all this extra work, and you thought maybe you came into a job hitting the ground running and thought, hey, if you work through lunch, you're gonna get a raise. But your colleague didn't work through lunch. They seemed like they were working less and got paid more. So source is saying, toss that water out. Toss that water out. Or maybe you felt like you gave more in a romantic relationship or a friendship. Maybe, you know, they got what they needed, right? So you have new opportunities coming. All right. So yeah, we have 5 of coins here. Again, this is the 5 of pentacles here. So somebody definitely learned from you're right there at your vault door. Yeah, you're right there at your vault door. You can either look at something as you're on the outside or you're in the inside. You're on the inside and others are on the outside. Because what I'm looking at now is that now that you have made a decision and you're starting each day with a positive attitude, some energies that were pretty cold-hearted towards you and things were just a transaction for them are now feeling like they're on the outside. Now, again, the door is closed and it's closed. That was the line that was drawn in the sand, so to speak, right? Something was a line drawn in the sand. So you're about unity. So you're about unity. I'm talking about spiritual unity. And so you know who you are when you look in the mirror. Like I said, somebody's about positivity. Somebody wanted to be a part of something that you did not want to be a part of. And so somebody wanted money or something, but you became enlightened in your light high priestess energy. It is candles here. Somebody was enlightened as a child about your self-worth. From a childhood, you knew about your self-worth. This is light high priestess energy, right? Yeah, so here we have this right here. So somebody is a you're a somebody, but your energy is just like, just from your childhood, you're kind of like this fire energy of, and I'm talking about the proper use of fire, like you're inspired. And we're talking about a light came on for you as a young child, about your worth, is that somebody would rather stand alone. See this moon here? Like this is right here. Like this is something diminishes for you when others try to set your price, in a sense, like try to devalue you, like devalue your worth, like try to treat you like you're worthless. That's a major turnoff for you. um yeah, so yeah, so here we have this right here. So somebody so in hermit mode, so you became enlightened about something in hermit mode, or somebody became enlightened about something in hermit mode. That the seed was planted in you very early on. Um, a Gosh, this kind of reminds me of a previous reading that I did for you all a while back. It was either a hospital that you were born in. I feel like a doctor prayed over you, or a nurse, or somebody prayed over you, but the seed was planted very early on. Yeah. But yeah, your gifts have been increased. Your gifts have been increased. So once you, so whatever hospital someone was born in, this is about a hospital someone was born in. Your first start. This right here, we're talking about we start, right? You started your very first start, like coming out of the womb. This is something for you. Your very first start, like someone was born into light. Like, people say you're born into darkness first, right? But you were born enlightened. So somebody spoke something over your life from the very beginning, from the very, very beginning. So what happened after that, no matter what happened when you got home, whoever I'm talking to, um, whoever you were around, increase those gifts in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Something through it's in something that spark is coming back to you. So this is what's giving you the spark to step through a portal. So somebody's going to understand what I'm saying. Somebody's going to understand. So that's why you're going back to starting each day with a positive attitude. That's why you're going back to starting each day with a positive attitude. Yeah. We had the Five of Knives here, right? Yeah. So some people may think you, Aquarius, have a smart mouth. They may say that your words are being used against you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, or say that you kind of have like a sharp tongue or, say those things. But there's always two sides of a story. Whenever people start, like at the Five of Swords, that would be like starting at the middle of a story, right? And you go back and ask people, okay, hold on. Can we start from the beginning here? And they don't want to start at the beginning. Those are people who are playing games, mind games, right? Again, you're praying, you just pray for people. Just pray for people and move on. And when people say, but you said this and you said that, you don't, well, hold on. And all, and all fairness, because you're trying to operate in the spirit of love. Can we start at the beginning? Because you really truly don't remember something. You're so in love and light and forgiveness and moving forward and starting each day with a positive attitude and so on and so forth. And you're trying to remember. How can you remember everything? Of course, for you all is a fixed sign. Your mind never turns off, right? Looking at your cards here. Um, Again, you're not interested in getting into an argument with anyone. So the new one is extra special. Here we have the Ace of Baskets here. So I'm seeing something new, some kind of a new love possibly coming across your path. Ace of Path. We have the Ace of Sticks, and something may take off for you pretty fast. Yeah, something may take off for you pretty fast. And I see you being very, very focused. I see you being very, very focused. Um, But yeah, a seed was planted in you very, very early on. And even though, like in a physical sense, and we are born into darkness. I mean, you had to come through that portal, your mother's womb, you come through a portal, right? Eyes closed, coming out into the world like, okay, who all them faces staring at you when your eyes finally open, like, who them people? Back up, y'all. I just came out, like, what the heck? Back up. Who all them people talking with them, voices, light shining and everything, people smacking you on the bottom. What in the world? Who are these people? Then they cut the umbilical cord. So source is saying, but something about somebody prayed over you. Like somebody planted a seed very early in you, and that seed runs real deep about you knowing your worth and knowing your value. And something it just runs deep. I mean, it just runs deep. So you could be right at the door of something and somebody devalues you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you'll turn around. You'll turn around. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe they was right there at such and such. What do you mean they would? What is wrong with them? They don't want so and so. After all the sacrifices, because they're looking at the physical sense. They're just looking at the physical sense. They're looking at just the physical realm, and you're looking at physical and the spiritual realm. You're operating in a heart space. Yeah, that's why something for you and some people would never work, because you're operating from a heart space. The heart chakra, head and heart, you're making it, because that's a gateway. That is a gateway between the head and heart chakra, between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. And if they just operate in the physical realm, then that lets somebody know, whoever it is, they'll do anything for the physical realm, for money, for possessions, for, you know, they'll do anything for personal resources, money, habits, possessions, values, financial security. Um, they'll compromise their self-worth, anything for income. So you're not harshly judging anybody, but something has to be in the spiritual realm. I mean, like, for real, like, something has to be in the spiritual realm, because this is deep as that something runs for you, it runs for them. And you're a humanitarian. Aquarius rules 11th house. 11th house is about friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future, right? And so you've made sacrifices. They've made sacrifices as well. Whoever the energies are. And so that's where things part ways in the sand. That's where things part ways in the sand. So I do see like somebody has something new. Um, you have something new coming. You definitely have something new coming, right? So, yeah. Here we have the 6 of baskets here, 6 of cups here. Um, yeah. So the scales from your eyes have been removed. Scales from your eyes have been removed. I see you doing a sacral chakra cleanse. And remember, the judgment card, which is Pluto, is currently retrograde. Again, you're rising above it. You're not judging them, but you're also not under their judgment as well. So you're not harshly judging anybody. So you're listening to your intuition, making a list of pros and cons. You're stepping through your portal, closing the door. And we have the 6 of baskets here. And so you don't look like what you've already gone through. You don't look like what you've already gone through. You don't know what they've gone through. You're not judging what they've gone through to be where they are. And you're not under their judgment of what you've gone through. So, you know, whoever they are. So yeah, here's a 9 of sticks right here. So yeah. So here we have the 3 of knives here. So this is 3 of swords here. So you don't want their life, and they don't want yours. So here we have the 5 of swords here. So whatever they're talking about, it doesn't really matter to you. Whatever you're talking about is not a competition. Here's a father of baskets here. Somebody is emotionally mature enough to not give any energy to it. This is a father of cups here. Yeah. So you're emotionally mature enough not to give any energy to it whatsoever. So that's what I'm seeing here. So what I'm seeing coming across your path here, if you keep your vibrations high, when I see in your cards here is you're not giving any energy to, see how this person right here, energy's talking about you behind your back. Whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't really matter. You're not giving any energy to people talking about you behind your back. That's not the frequency that you're on. You have new opportunities coming your way. You're making positive changes. You're starting each day with a positive attitude. A seed was planted very early in you, from the very, very beginning, right? Here we have the 7 of coins. I do see something is outside of your vault door, and that's where it's staying, outside of your vault door. Let's see what else we got going on here. So yeah, I see you making a list of some pros and cons, stepping through the portal. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let us see what is going on here. Ooh, that card wanted to pop out. It's a death card. Yep. So you're on the rebirth side of something. You're on the rebirth side of something. Yeah. So whatever was done behind your back, like I said, you're moving on. You have so many window of opportunities coming across your path. Just right here. Yeah, so many opportunities coming across your path. You've already closed out something. Yeah, so 5 and 2 is 7. You've closed out a cycle. You have a window of opportunities coming across your path. Something for you is going viral. I don't know what this is. What is its source? But something is closed out. Something is already closed out. So remember, time is relative, but something is already closed out. Something is already closed out. Something has gone is going from local to it's going international. Maybe about somebody's father, because I'm saying father bad. Maybe it's somebody's father or mother. Because remember, but I think it's very positive though. This is very positive. This is very very positive. It's nothing negative. Nothing negative. So I gotta say that because when we got cross watchers and be very. Let me just say this to you all. Be very mindful of when you put, because I see comments about putting people's names and stuff under videos. You're giving your power to those energies. So if, let's say for instance, you are and you want to learn how to transmute negativity to positivity, right? So when we're doing videos, just in general, if you're adding certain people's names and stuff, you're actually giving those energies power, right? So you want to keep your vibrations high, okay? Aquarius, and I'm gonna say this on all my videos. I want to help people learn how to, once you're enlightened about something, stop giving power to it. Stop giving power to it. Readers are just enlightening you. Well, I mean, I can't speak for all readers. We're just enlightening. I can see here, we're just enlightening. Yeah, just enlightening. That's it. You got new opportunities coming your way. And having new opportunities coming your way and your gifts being increased, make room for it. Make room for it. You're rising above the judgment of other people. You're closing out cycles. You're not trying to play other people's gods. You're not trying to rewire other people. If people are wired a particular way, that's something that's generational. Remember, was the death card here is, you know, if somebody wanted to, this right here is a if somebody wanted to, like publicly humiliate you, like a humiliation ceremony, like I mean, in so many different ways, humiliate you publicly. I mean, if that's not enough, I'm not really sure what else to do. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Transmute the energy to something positive. Close out the cycle. Close it out. Close it out. You know, Yeah, your ancestors have made way too many sacrifices. Way too many sacrifices. Um, yeah, for you to be bullied. I mean, for you to be bullied, right? And yeah, for you to be bullied. So stay focused. I mean, stay focused. Stay focused. Yeah. So looking at your cards here, yeah. So I feel like the energy, like I said before, you don't look like what you've been through. Looking at your cards here, um, you don't look like what you've been through. Yeah, you don't look like what you've been through. Yeah, you don't look like what you've been through. Yeah. So in hindsight, yeah, you're drawing a line in the sand. You're moving on. You're moving on from something. You're drawing a line, but you're starting each day with a positive attitude. New opportunities, like I said, are coming your way. Yeah, new opportunities are coming your way. And so you're moving on from something. Yeah, you're moving on from something. This is 5 and 6 is 11. 11 is like you're walking through. you're getting off the fence and you're walking through, you're enlightened. You're enlightened, right? So yeah. So you've been working very, very hard on something. I don't know what you've been working hard on. I don't know because this is a general reading, right? So I don't know, what you've been working really, really hard on. But whatever you've been working really hard on, I do see you having a breakthrough. I definitely feel like you are having a breakthrough. And um, so remember everything that's being said behind. Remember, I see you having clarity of thought, a very, very clear head, a very clear head, a very clear mind. Your entire reading, looking at your reading here, is very, very positive, actually, looking at your cards. Because like I said before, I feel like everything that's said behind people's back is not a negative. Sometimes people get a snippet of something. Let me see. Where's the water, right? Sometimes people will get a snippet of something and use a snippet of something against people, right? Like, for instance, you know how, like, in film and movies, they may, like, what is it called? Somebody correct me if somebody watching, if, like, a little bit. I'm sure people know a little bit more about film and movies than I do. That may be your area of expertise. Maybe you actually act or something. But like when people are like they doing stuff like on a cutting board, I guess that's what it's called. Like when they're kind of like editing and stuff, like kind of like we edit videos. Like sometimes like when you're editing, people may take like a little like cutting um, um, videos or whatever, right? Um, and they're like they may take a snippet of something and just play like something, but it's used to like, end somebody. Like they're using it for evil instead of using it for good. Some people have taken snippets of things for you to use as evil instead of using it for good. You're learning how to transmute that energy to something positive. That's my whole point. It's like start each day with a positive attitude. Start something out with a positive attitude. You know your worth and you know your value. You know your worth and you know your value, right? So get some rest. Yep, get some rest. hmm Here's the Queen of Swords here. All right, let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have here. So, dream journal. So you're getting some downloads. You're getting some downloads. So continue starting each day with new attitude. So here we have inner child. So allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings, right? So what the enemy meant for evil, source will turn it around for your good. I'm telling you, source will turn it around for your good. You tune in to the light within you, right? Somebody is a light high priestess. Tune into the light within you. Start each day with a positive day, right? Keep your vibrations as high as you can. I think that's it. Yep, I think that's it. Yep. We're going to close it out right here. Let's see if we get last minute messages from spirit. Last minute messages from spirit, right? Miracles in the dark. So in the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. That's right. Embodiment. So now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you. Embody your leadership power and create your world out of your deepest desires. All right, heart path. So it's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart, and you can't go wrong. That's right, exactly as you are. The one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. Give yourself permission to feel content right here, right now. All right, it's coming. So hope is on the horizon in the face of challenges. Remember that nothing lasts forever. Trust that the universe has good things in store for you. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. All righty. Make it a great day. Bye.